They say it takes a village to raise a child. But look around. Where is that village today? Parents live in nuclear homes, juggling careers and stress, often raising children in isolation. Children are no longer raised by the whole house, but only within two rooms. We have smart kids, but not always grounded children. That's why Indian culture never saw children as my son or my daughter. They were always our children. Let me leave you with this one thought. A parent raises a child's body, but a community raises a child's soul. Do we all go back to villages and gurukuls? Maybe not. So, what's the solution? They say it takes a village to raise a child. But look around. Where is that village today? In ancient India, a child was not raised by two parents alone. The whole gurukul, the joint family, the neighbors, even the entire village shared the responsibility. And today, it's all changed. Parents live in nuclear homes, juggling careers and stress, often raising children in isolation. The question is, have we lost something essential? And if yes, how do we bring it back? Let's begin with the Gurukul system of Vedic India. A child left home at a young age to live with a guru and other students. They weren't just taught scriptures, they learned discipline, respect, teamwork, humility. The guru was not just a teacher, but a parent. The entire Gurukul family became a community of growth. Think about it. Parents trusted the community to shape their child's mind and heart. And that's why we have figures like Chanakya, Shankaracharya, and countless rishis who grew in such environments. Sena Bhavatu, Sena Bhunatu. May we be protected together. May we be nourished together. That was the parenting mantra of the Gurukul: shared responsibility and shared wisdom. Fast forward to the medieval and pre modern India. In joint families, a child had not one but 10 parents. Dada Dadi, Chacha Chachi, Mama Mami, everyone played a role. If a mother was busy, another relative stepped in. If a father was absent, the elder taught values. The child absorbed a collective consciousness. They didn't just hear one voice, they heard many. That diversity made them stronger, adaptable, and rooted. Today, many of us live in nuclear homes where parenting is 2 4 by 7 pressure cooker for just the two people. बच्चे अब पूरे घर के नहीं, सिर्फ दो कमरों के हो गए हैं. Children are no longer raised by the whole house, but only within two rooms. That isolation creates stress, not only for the parents, but confusion for the children too. Let's travel beyond India. In African tribes, children are considered the responsibility of the entire village. If one child misbehaves, it's not just the parents, every elder, every neighbor corrects and guides. In Native American culture, children were raised in clans, with uncles and aunts serving as second parents. In many Asian societies, grandparents were default babysitters, storytellers, and moral guides. Why? Because parenting was never meant to be an isolated project. It was a community act. It was about passing down collective wisdom so that no child ever felt alone and no parent ever felt overwhelmed. But let's look at today's world: urbanization, migration, nuclear families, high rise apartments, parents more isolated than ever. A child may grow up surrounded by hundreds of people, yet feel completely alone. Parents too are burning out with no support system. Every cry, every tantrum, every doubt becomes their burden alone. Depression, stress, and anxiety amongst parents are on a rise. Children raised in isolation often grow up without community values, more individualistic and less empathetic. This is the hidden cost of modern isolation. We have smart kids, but not always grounded children. So, what's the solution? Do we all go back to villages and gurukuls? Maybe not. But we can rebuild the essence of community parenting in today's world. Start small parenting circles in your city where families share stories and guidance. Create conscious communities, safe spaces where children grow up surrounded by mentors and not just screens. Schools can adopt value based models where moral and social wisdom is given as much weight as academics. And most importantly, parents can drop the ego of we must do it alone and invite grandparents, relatives, and trusted friends back into the parenting journey. Because conscious parenting is not about perfection, it's about connection. It's sometimes that connection needs a village. Our ancestors said, Janani Janmabhumischa Swargadapi Garyashi. Mother and motherland are greater than heaven. But behind that mother stood a community. Behind that father stood a society. That's why Indian culture never saw children as my son or my daughter. They were always our children. बच्चा सिर्फ माँ बाप का नहीं होता, वो समाज का आईना होता है. A child is not just the parents, they are the mirror of the community. So I ask you this today. Are you raising your child alone or are you raising them with a conscious community? Because when a child grows up in isolation, they may learn survival, but when a child grows up in a community, they learn humanity. If you want to experience this shift, if you want to raise your child with not just your love, but with shared wisdom, values, and conscious ecosystem, then join us inside the Antara BTNE community. Inside, you will discover how to bring back the lost art of community parenting through the Reversal Parenting Workshop. This is where we rebuild the village, not of geography, but of consciousness. Let me leave you with this one thought. A parent raises a child's body, but a community raises a child's soul. I'll see you there inside. Until then, this is Dr. Monika Singh signing off. Goodbye.